Hello and happy November from Simply Fun with Jackie. I am so excited to kick off the holiday season with Simply Fun and all of these amazing games on sale. Simply Fun's theme for the month of November is Give the Gift of Play, which is really one of the best things you can give to your loved ones, to your kiddos this holiday season. Our warehouse is fully stocked and we are ready to help you with all of that holiday shopping. Animal Snacks is a great game if you have a first-time game player. This game is recommended for 3 and up to 5 players. It's normally $28, on sale for $24 this month, and it introduces turn-taking, basic gameplay, as well as color matching and animal identification. This game is so much fun and sure to be a hit for any preschooler or toddler in your family. Okay, so this is Animal Snacks. To start Animal Snacks, each player gets to pick their favorite animal. And we set them out in front. And then when it's your turn, you're gonna roll this chunky dice. Isn't this a great size for little hands? Whatever color you get to move that animal 1 spot clockwise. You keep rolling until you get a purple. Once you get a purple, let's pretend I got a purple. Once you get a purple, every player gets to feed the animals in front of them by placing them in the middle or the feeding area. So I would get to feed 1 animal, this player gets to feed 2, this player gets to feed 2, and this player doesn't get to feed any. The first player to get rid of all of their feed tokens wins. Let's move on to Buddy Hop. Buddy Hop is a great gross motor game that works on memory and sequencing for up to 5 players. It's recommended for 4 and up and is sure to be a hit with lots of fun movement. This game is normally $32, on sale this month for $27. So there are 2 different ways to play Buddy Hop. Let's first focus on the first way, memory and sequencing. You're gonna set the buddy tiles, which are nice large foam tiles, out in a random order. Then you're going to start flipping over cards. 2 to start. The first player is going to have to jump from each card in the sequence. So they're gonna have to come to the table, look at the cards, and then we're gonna use Mr. Pickles as our player since I don't have a kiddo here to help me. So they're gonna have to look at the cards and then go jump in the correct order. Berry, puddles. Now the next card will get flipped and they'll have to jump again. If they make a misstep, jump on the wrong card, then they have to take the end card, flip the next card, and it's the next player's turn. Once all the cards have run out in the stack or the line reaches 10, players count up all their penalty cards and the player with the fewest penalty cards wins. The second way to play this game involves a lot of fun, gross motor. And matching. You are going to pick one of the decks. Each player gets 1 deck. We are just gonna go with the carrot deck here, even though I do love pickles. Now, each player is gonna take a turn flipping a card 1 at a time. For this game, you're gonna wanna spread these out all around your house or all around the yard. And you're gonna flip over your first card, and then the player is going to run as fast as they can to match their card to the correct mat. Then they'll come back to the play area, flip their next card, and run as fast as they can to match this card to the correct match. The first player to get rid of all their cards wins. My Mine is definitely a favorite around here. This game is recommended for 6 and up, and it can be played by up to 6 players as well. This game is great for strategy, some early math skills, as well as risk versus reward. My Mine is normally $26, on sale for just $23 this month. My Mine is a risk and reward dice game. We are trying to be the player at the end with the most gold nuggets. On your turn, you must roll all 7 dice. You can set aside any group of 3 dice, a My Mine, or a gold nugget. You have to set aside at least 1 dice each roll, but as long as you do that, you can keep rolling. If you get 3 of a kind, you would collect that many nuggets. So 3 kind of 2 would be 2 nuggets. 3 of a kind of 3 would be 3 nuggets, 4, so on and so forth. So I can set aside this. Each gold nugget you set aside equals 1 gem. And if you get 3 mines, so you can set aside the mines, they're not worth any nuggets, but if you end up with 3 total when you're done with your turn, you can then take your gold nuggets from another player instead of the middle. So let's give this a go. I got 3 2s and 3 gold nuggets. So in total, I would have 5 nuggets. I could choose to keep rolling, I could choose to keep rolling, but if this doesn't end up something I can set aside, like a nugget or a mine, then I would lose my stack. If I could use all 7 dice, I would get a bonus of 3 nuggets. The player with the most nuggets at the end wins. Get 4 and Score is a perfect party game, or maybe if you're having a group gathering for the holidays. This game works on vocab, word association, as well as some phonetic skills. This game is recommended for 8 and up and can be played by up to 8 players. Get 4 and Score is normally $32, but on sale for just $27 this month. Let's play Get 4 and Score. So in the start of each round, you're gonna roll these number dice and set them in all these little white squares. These will tell you the number of points you get if you correctly get each letter card. Then we're gonna flip up a letter card for each color. And flip over a category card. This category is capital cities. Players are then going to flip the timer, which is optional. If you have younger kiddos and you don't want to flip the timer because that's too much pressure, that's okay. But you're going to flip the timer and write down a capital city that starts with an A, G, J, and P. After the round is over, players share their answers, and if all players agree that their answer is correct, then they get the correlated dice as number of points. So if they got an A capital city, they would get 5 points, a G with 3, so on and so forth. This game is played 10 rounds, and whoever has the most points at the end of 10 rounds wins. Another great option for kiddos ages 8 and up is Pelican Cove. In this game, you're going to solve for multiple unknowns in a fun strategy and algebra format. This game can be played by up to 5, but also can be played as a solo game as well. It's normally $40, on sale for just $34 this month. Pelican Cove is such a fun pre-algebra game. In this game, each player is going to take a nest card as well as one of each color pelican. This is the game board that all players will be trying to satisfy at all times. Each of these cards have a number 1 through 5. That is the difficulty of that specific card. So in the beginning, we may want to only play with the lower numbers. And then as we get a little bit more familiar, we can play with a little bit higher numbers. So I'm going to set these down here first. Oops. Just so you guys can kind of get a feel for it. Now, let's find another smaller one. There we go. So each card will have a gray pelican on it. That pelican is whichever spot you're putting it in. So this gray pelican would be the red pelican, and this card shows us that red pelican wants to be in one of these 3 nests on our nest board. And I'll put it this way so that I am accurate with this. Whereas this blue pelican wants to be next to a red pelican. So when we flip the timer, we're gonna go down our list here and try to satisfy all of these requirements. Ready? Go. Welcome back. The time is up and I have all my pelicans placed. So the yellow pelican wants to be in one of these 3 nests. Yep. Green can be anywhere. Red wants to be in one of these 3. Whoops. Blue wants to be next to red. Purple can be anywhere. Orange wants to be next to yellow. Black can be anywhere. And white wants to be in one of these 5. We got it. Now, if we didn't have one correct, or there were 2 that wanted the same thing that couldn't be fulfilled, we would take a penalty stone. The player with the most amount of stones at the end loses, so the player with the least amount wins. Now, another great thing about this game is if you're playing with maybe different age groups or different levels, you can use this side of the board, and you could have the younger players doing the easier difficulty on the top and mix in some much harder difficulty on the bottom. And that way each player can be playing on an appropriate level for them at the same time while enjoying the same game. Well, another favorite in the Sutherland household is Bankit. Bankit is recommended for 8 and up, and it works on lots of great money principles. It works on interest and saving, charitable donations, as well as earning and counting money. This game is normally $34, on sale for just $29 this month. This is Bankit, which is a great game to teach players about money. One of the great things about Bankit is all of the coins and money that you use to play with are actual denominations in actual size, which is really great. You can also swap them out for real coins if you prefer. The goals of Bankit are, in order to win, you must buy something from each of these 4 stores, have $10 in your bank, and donate to one of the charities. So on your turn, you're gonna roll. Ooh, let's say I got a 3. I'm gonna move that many spaces and then do whatever that space says. If I land on an interest space, all players get to move their money in the bank for interest. If I land on a Bankit space, I can earn money by doing certain chores. This one says, you help a friend's pet cat Fluffy. Meow, and I earned $2. There's also chances where you can deposit your money in the bank if you land on a bank space, and then I could slide that up, $2. Or you may be able to purchase things on sale if you land on a sale space. So it's a really great way to manage money, learn about interest, and learn about actual denominations and making change. The first player to fulfill all those requirements wins. For an extra special this month, every order that's placed over $100 can add Handy for just $10. Handy is a fun group game for 3 to 8 players where you work on hand-eye coordination. This one, there is bound to be lots of laughs. Handy is really challenging for me to show you because you do need 3 players to play Handy. But basically there are going to be different colored teams, and you guys are going to try to balance all of your team's balls. You'll do that by drawing a card, and it'll tell you which fingers to put the balls between. So this one, you would use your ring fingers to balance a ball in the circle, or as we call it in this game, the tree of hands. This one, like I said, is so much fun, and there will be so many laughs. A perfect party game. Thank you for checking out the November sales with me. I hope that you guys find something great in this group of games, or of course on our website. If you need any help with recommendations for gifts this holiday season, please don't hesitate to reach out. Thank you so much, and we'll see you around next month.